So we have our platform game, and let's add a turret to it so that the turret can target and shoot the player. So first thing, let's add a new sprite, and let's call it, well, let's give it a red color, like that color. Okay, it's kind of purple, but that's fine. Let's make a turret about like that. And the turret has the turret behavior. So if you click on behaviors, then add, and then down here you see turret, and then click add, close. Okay, now if you run it, let's see what it does. The turret is supposed to target and shoot the player, but notice it's not targeting or shooting anything. Okay, so let's go back over here and go to event sheet and go to add event, and then click system, and then we have to do something called on start of layout. So click type the word start, and then find on start of layout and click done. And this tells the system when the game starts, do this. Okay, so we're going to tell it to add the player as a target of the turret. So click on add action and click on sprite. See, the sprite, that's our turret, but we didn't rename the sprite variable to say the word turret. So because it's the only one called sprite and it's red, I know that's a turret. So so let's click on next here, and I'll show you how to fix that. And then scroll down here to add object to target, and what object was the player. Okay, so we're going to add the player as an object for the turret to target. Okay, and then click done. Now let's go back here. This is going to be kind of cool too. Okay, now see where it says sprite. Okay, now that sprite is going to be our turret sprite, but let's come over here. It's already selected here, and let's type in the word turret to name the variable, and then notice over here, of course, you know, it's called turret here. And if we go back to the event sheet, it now says turret, or I misspelled it. It should be turret without the N. So let's come back over here. Let's just correct that. And then if you look back on the event sheet, turret. Okay, so we're going to we should always name the variables. Okay, so now if you run your game and get close to it, your turret now aims toward or targets your player. Pretty cool. I notice that if you get farther away, it doesn't see it. Why is that? Well, that's because the range of this is short. It's only 300 pixels. So let's make it like 800 pixels. So it should see it across the whole screen. Let's test that. So now we run it. If we run it way over here even, notice now that it's targeted. Okay. Now we need to add it or make it so it shoots. Okay. So that's what we're going to do right now. So now we have the turret targeting the player, and let's have it shoot. So it's going to shoot a bullet. So let's double click and make a new sprite. And here's a shortcut too. When you click on sprite here, you can actually type in the name of the sprite that you want it to be. So let's click insert, and then notice, well, yeah, let's go ahead and make it. Let's make it a black bullet, and let's make it small like a bullet, like a small little bullet, like that. Okay, let's just let's just put it here, and I'll show you why that's not a good place to put it. Now notice here that the name is already called a bullet because we called it bullet when we clicked on the sprite to begin with. Okay. So the bullet should have a bullet behavior. All right. Let's click on behavior and let's add bullet. Here it is. Add. Now by default the bullet moves from left to right. So let's watch it. So we hit play and then run, and the bullet flies across the screen. If we hit reload, it flies across the screen. Now we want it to shoot toward us, right? So we have to do a couple things. First off, let's move the bullet off the screen so that if it does fly off the screen, we don't see it because it shouldn't be doing that anyway. But let's come over here to the event sheet again and click on add event, and let's go to turret, and we want to say when the turret shoots. So scroll down here to on shoot. Okay, so we're saying if the turret shoots, we want to do what? We want to spawn a bullet from the turret. So you may think if to spawn a bullet, you would go ahead and click on bullet here, but you don't, because you actually tell it to spawn from first. So click on turret, and then we're going to just type in SPA, okay, for spawn. And the object to spawn is the bullet. And layer 0, image point 0. I'll explain those later. But so let's hit done. And now let's see what happens. Okay, it's shooting me. And it's doing a pretty good job. Okay. So that is our bullet, our player getting shot. But the problem is, well, it's not a problem, but nothing happens when the player gets shot. You know, he just keeps getting shot, and we should make it so after he gets shot like 3 times that the player dies or goes away, or, you know, whatever you want to call it. So let's do that next, okay? But this is pretty fun, just trying to dodge the bullets. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, let's actually make it so the bullets maybe shoot faster. So if you click on the bullet here and then go to the bullet speed, change the bullet speed to 800, and then run it, notice it's way faster. It's almost too fast. Okay. So you can play with the speed here, make it be something like maybe 500, okay? And so you have to kind of set your bullet speed to something that you like. And of course, during the game, to make it harder, your bullet speed can get faster and faster and faster, which can be more fun too, okay? So maybe start off with the bullet speed being really slow, okay? So maybe 300. And then when you play, the bullet's pretty easy to dodge. All right, so that's pretty good. Okay, so now let's add some health and see what happens.